Northern Light Webcasting Network, in conjunction with Colfax High School, presents Viking Pregame, a look at today's Colfax Vikings game. And now, Viking Pregame.
Good evening and welcome to Viking Pregame. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're very excited to be bringing you another season of Colfax Viking Football for the 2022 season. Tonight, the Vikings will kick off their season by taking on the Whitehall Norse. The Vikings are looking to make considerable steps forward from their 1-8 record in 2021, while the Norse, despite losing some 11 players to graduation, look to build on their 5-4 record from last year. Coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Colfax Vikings and the Whitehall Norse. Then we'll get Coach Joe Baranek's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then Dan and I will bring you all the play-by-play action of the season opener. All that coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. Tonight, the Vikings will kick off their season by taking on the Whitehall Norse from Whitehall, Wisconsin. Both teams are looking to make improvement following their 2021 seasons. And before we get into tonight's game, we need to give a shout out to a former Colfax Viking athlete, Caden Erickson, who just is wrapping up his rookie season with the Eau Claire Cavaliers. Caden was named the recipient of the Dave Heffler Memorial Key Player Award, which goes to a player who plays multiple positions or a proven team leader. That's quite an accomplishment for a rookie. Now, one of the best examples of what a great season Caden has been having was demonstrated last weekend at the Wisconsin Baseball Association Regional Tournament in Merrill, where Caden hit a 3-run home run to propel the Cavaliers to the WBA State Tournament this weekend.
0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. Long fly ball into left field. Could it be? Could it be? Way back. It's off the fence and it's out of here. It's a 3-run home run and the Cavaliers take the lead. A 3-run shot for Caden Erickson. His first home run of the season, and what a time to deliver.
In tonight's game, the Norse are hoping to build on last season's 5-4 record, while the Vikings are hoping to find a way into the winning column more times than in the recent past. The Norse will need to replace the experience, talent, and leadership of 11 graduated seniors off that 2021 roster. Most notably was Jonathan Thorne, who led the team by rushing for over 100 yards per game. They will also have to replace Isaac Skoyan, who pitched in last season with another 234 yards rushing. The Norse will be able to count on the services of Eric Kleinhans, who is the Norse leading returning rushing leader with nearly 200 yards on over 50 carries last season. Kleinhans also returns as last season's leading tackler with 100 total tackles, including 13 tackles for loss. The Vikings look to replace 8 graduating seniors from last season. Most notably, the Vikings will miss the leadership of quarterback Bryce Sikora and the steady rushing of Aiden McKee, who averaged 4.5 yards per carry. Top returning receivers for the Vikings from last season's was starting tight end Nick Jensen, who averaged over 23 yards per catch. However, he's moved to the interior line and will be playing tackle this year. And the top running back is Asher Pekka, who, along with Cade Anderson, rushed for an average of over 3 yards per carry. Defensively, the Vikings returned their 4 leading tacklers from last year in Asher Pekka, Dylan Heidela, Cameron Molina, and Nick Jensen. Now, coming up next, I caught up with Coach Joe Baranek at practice a little earlier this week, and we'll get his perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then Dan and I will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's season opener. All that coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, what they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Today we're talking with Viking head coach Joe Baranek. And Coach, tonight you're heading into your first game as at the helm of the Viking ship, and that's got to be a pretty exciting time. Can you tell us about what's going through your head?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what you work for. And it's certainly a good opportunity for the kids to finally showcase their work that they've been putting in. Just excited for that moment to finally hit. And I'm sure there'll be some nerves kind of leading up to it for myself, including with the kids. And, it's something to kind of use and kind of help shape the kids a little bit. And kind of looking forward to, like I said, that opportunity.
Now, last season, the Vikings were only able to pull out one victory. What do they need to do to turn that around?
Just buy into the culture. We're really trying to kind of push positivity and kind of simplifying things as well. And the kids just need to realize that they don't need to do anything more than their job. I think that's a big point for us this year, is really utilizing, do your job, good things will happen.
And from the couple times that I've seen you guys at practice, it seems like you've got it designed in such a way that each person's job is part of, like that cog on the wheel, it interchanges with the other cogs, and as long as everybody does their job, you don't have a broken tooth on your gear.
Right, yeah, and as long as the kids are selfless about it and realizing that, hey, I got to block for my backside buddy, and he's going to block for me too. So, and realizing that this offense and the defense that we've set up for them, it is truly a team offense and defense, and we need to come together as a cohesive unit when we're running it. So.
Now, tonight, you're taking on the Whitehall Norse, and it appears as though the Norse may be in a bit of a rebuilding mode. They lost 11 kids to graduation after last season, including their 2 top running backs, and they were definitely a run-loaded team. So what do you know about the Norse, and what do you have to do to beat them?
They do a good job down at Whitehall. I think they have a new head coach as well. So we've been trying to kind of gather as much information as we can on them. It looks like they got some big boys up front that they can move some people around. The counter game's real good on offense, pretty multiple on defense. So having the kids be prepared for everything they might see, I think is going to be important for us. Especially with the new coach, you never know exactly what you're going to get. So kind of pushing that at practice, just being prepared mentally and physically.
Now, you have had an opportunity to go against somebody in different colored shirts. About a week ago, you were over in Bloomer. How did that go?
It went pretty well. I felt that we kind of held our water against Bloomer and Ladysmith. They're 2 really, really solid football programs, with the 2 coaches over there. I felt that there was definitely some positives to work with and some things to build off of, just like any other scrimmage. It's a good moment to hit somebody else, but at the end of the day, we're working internally there and working on ourselves. So a good moment for us, but kind of pushing into next week or this week here. So
getting into game mode, right. Yeah. Now, it seems though the number of players putting on the pads for the Vikings this season is a little bit low, with only, you've got just over 20 that are out there. But it does appear as though the players that you have
are experienced and can provide the kind of leadership that you're looking for. Can you comment about the makeup of this year's Viking team?
Yeah, it's definitely the kids that we don't have to beg to come out and play football. They're the kids that have put in the time and effort in the summer. They put in the time and the effort in the playbook and kind of knowing our system. So while we're low on numbers, we feel really good about the kids that are going to be taking the field for us. And we've been kind of harping on that all we got is all we need, right? All we've got is 22, 25 guys out here. That's all we need at the end of the day.
Well, a handful of gold nuggets is a whole lot better than a whole pile of sand.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, we feel like we got some. So we're looking forward to seeing it all come together Friday night.
Well, thank you, Coach Baranek, for joining us today on Coach's Corner, and good luck in tonight's game. Coming up, we have more Viking pregame.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. There's more Viking pregame coming up right after this brief timeout. You're listening to Viking pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
All out on 3. 1, 2, 3. All out. 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 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Bring it down.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. Tonight we have two teams, the Vikings and the Norse, who are looking to get more out of this season than last year's performance. The Norse want to build on last year's 5-4 record, and the Vikings want to simply gain success. The key to tonight's game for the Vikings is, can the 12 Vikings who saw considerable action in last season be supported by the group of incoming juniors, sophomores, and even freshmen, and make the team more competitive? So it all adds up to some exciting high school football action right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a few moments, I'll join my colleague Dan Petchow at Whitehall High School, and we'll have all the play-by-play action for you coming up next. Now, you've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
You've been listening to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings game. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking Football.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Colfax Viking Football is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network, in conjunction with Colfax High School, proudly presents today's Colfax Vikings game. And now, out to the stadium for coverage of today's Colfax Vikings game.
And welcome to Whitehall. And Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and Chris Olson on the camera. And we are going to bring you some Colfax High School football against the Whitehall Norse in what is Veterans Appreciation Night here at Whitehall. And they just got done with the coin toss, and Whitehall won the toss. They deferred their choice to the second half. So Colfax will be receiving the ball, and they will move from left to right. But first of all, we have a flag ceremony going on out on the field, and we're going to get ready for the national anthem. And we have a whole mess of American flags right down in front of the stands being held by Whitehall Norse football players.
Good evening, everyone, and we welcome you tonight to Whitehall Memorial Football Field and tonight's matchup featuring the Colfax Vikings and your Whitehall Norsemen. Tonight is a very special night. It is Veterans Appreciation Night. And as we are organizing ourselves on the field, the flags that you are seeing tonight that the football players are holding are on loan from the Flag Memorial. The flags are flown near Cochrane, Wisconsin, to honor each Wisconsin hero who has made the ultimate sacrifice fighting in the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. Ladies and gentlemen, isn't this a beautiful sight that we see before us? Truly amazing. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we want to recognize our veterans. Leading off, Mr. Don Grutson, the U.S. Army. Next, we have Mr. Al Shorbon, U.S. Army Reserve. Next, Mr. Wayne Gunther, U.S. Marine Corps. Mr. Jeff Lee, U.S. Army. Next we have Mr. Tom Richter, U.S. Air Force. Mr. Rick Bromrick, U.S. Marine Corps. Next, Mr. Ken Giese, U.S. Army. And finally, Mr. Vitus Kampa, U.S. Army. The Honor Guard team that will be entering the field consists of Gary Sem, U.S. Army, Tony Scraw, U.S. Army, Roy Kinzer, U.S. Navy, and Brian Liga, U.S. Air Force. If you are not already, please stand and face the field as the American Legion Post 191 of Whitehall presents the colors. And now, our national anthem. Please remain standing as the color guard exits the field. Thank you.
And that was the playing of our national anthem.
Please give a round of applause.
And a recognition of veterans tonight here at Whitehall Memorial Field.
It is deeply appreciated.
We had players from both teams holding American flags as they're winding up their flags and getting ready to put them away. And they had 8 veterans on the track, wishing the players well. And now we're
just about ready for some football action. And we'll be back with that, the starting kickoff for the 2022 season, right after this timeout.
On relationships.
Dairy State Bank's mobile app gives you full control of your finances. Misplace your debit card? Simply turn it off and no one else can use it. When you find the card, you can turn it back on. You can also set spending limits. Great if your kids have a card. These and other features like mobile deposit let you bank from anywhere, anytime. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank.
Hello, guys and ghouls. Be sure to join me in my feeds at NLWN-TV for our second annual Halloween Spectacular, where we will bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs. We will include Father Knows Best, Fibber McGee and Molly, Suspense, and we'll wrap it all up with the Mercury Theater on the air's presentation of Dracula. That's all on Halloween night, Monday, October 31st at 7 p.m. on NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Whitehall Memorial Stadium, and they're going to do the starting lineups, and I believe both teams, yes, the Vikings are being recognized as a team, and here are the Colfax Vikings. And the Whitehall Norse are also being introduced as a team.
And now, introducing
and here come the Whitehall Norse.
2022 Whitehall Norsemen!
And the Vikings are out on the field as they will be receiving the opening kickoff. And back deep to receive. Back deep to receive for the Vikings, we have Theo Hovde and Asher Pekka.
Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy tonight's gridiron game.
And I'm looking to see who's getting ready to do the kicking for the Norse, as they're getting ready to take the field, and we're getting ready to get the 2022 season underway. Dan, we got a little bit of a gear shift to go on mentally here. Did you remember the bats and balls?
I was going to say, what's the over and under on us?
I don't know, but
calling
we
baseball stuff.
we're probably going to call balls and strikes in here somewhere. That's all right. Just wait for tomorrow, because we got a couple of baseball games coming your way tomorrow on NLWN-TV, as the Eau Claire Cavaliers are in the WBA state tournament.
Norseman, number 3, Devin McCune.
And Devin McCune is doing the kicking off for the Whitehall Norsemen. And he approaches the ball, and the 2022 season is underway. Asher Pekka gets it. He's across the 20 to the 25. He's out to the 30. He breaks it loose around the 40 and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A nice return for the Vikings. They're going to spot it on the 43, but the Vikings are going to open up with pretty darn good field position.
Yeah, good job by the Colfax front there to get a hole.
It wasn't a whole lot of hole, but it was enough, and Asher Pekka squirted through and then cut it out to the left and found his way out to the, well, now they're going to put it on the 41-yard line. So the Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. Bryson Tuchel at quarterback for the Vikings. Put Pekka in motion and driving straight up the middle. That's Pekka. The player going in motion was Cade Anderson. Pekka gets it across the 45 out to the 47-yard line.
Second down.
Tackled by...
Go ahead, Dan.
Tackled by Nick Matika, number 66.
And it's actually right on the 47.5-yard line. Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. They have a slot on the right side. Pekka the lone setback.
Tuchel under center. Hovde in motion, giving it to Pekka straight up the middle again. He's across the 50 to about the 49-yard line. He's close to a first down. He's really close.
Yeah, good push by the Colfax front four.
He's got about a half a yard to go. 3rd and short for the Vikings. They come up to the line of scrimmage. They have wings on both sides. Pekka at the tailback. Anderson went in motion, give it to Pekka straight up the middle, and he's out to the 46-yard line. That's a first down for the Vikings. First down of the season on the first drive of the season for the Vikings. Ashton Greenwell at center for the Vikings. Tuchel ducks in underneath. Hovde goes in motion. They pitch it to Hovde. He gets hit in the backfield, but he breaks the tackle, but then gets hit again. Back in Viking territory, back at the 45-yard line. Yeah, they're going to put it right on the 45-yard line. So that's a loss of about 9 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 19.
Yeah, Brock Suga snuck through the line.
Blew that play up. Hovde was coming around, and all of a sudden he didn't have anywhere to go, and he bellied back and didn't have anywhere to go anyway. So the Vikings at the line of scrimmage. Anderson into motion. Tuchel drops back, looks out in the flat. He's got Hovde, and Hovde's down to the 30, to the 25. He's down to the 10-yard line.
He receives the pass for the Vikings, being tackled at about the 10-yard line.
Tuchel to Hovde, out in the left flat. And Hovde took it down. They're going to put it right on the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They're just the nose of the ball outside the 10. They're at the line of scrimmage. And we have illegal motion going to be called against the Vikings as Pekka took it up the middle. But 2 players went in motion at the same time, so that's going to push the Vikings back 5 yards. Yeah, we're not playing in Canada, Dan. That would have been legal in Canada.
Illegal shift. 2 men in motion. Offense. 5 yards. First down.
And we have an unusual situation here that we don't get at a lot of places. We actually have a mic'd official, a mic'd referee. So we should get the calls directly from them. Vikings have a slot on the right side. Eli Ralph in the slot and giving it straight up the middle. Asher Pekka on the carry.
Matika on the tackle again.
He gained back the 5 yards that they lost on the penalty. So 2nd down 10 for the Vikings.
Nick Matika on the tackle for the Norsemen.
Vikings up to the line of scrimmage. Again, a slot on the right. Eli Ralph in the slot. Tuchel ducks in under center. They pitch it out to Cade Anderson going around the left end into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. And the Vikings draw first blood of the 2022 season. Vikings go up on top 6-0. Looks like Cade Anderson is going to attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Theo Hovde. Here's the snap, the place, the kick. It's up, and it's good. So the Vikings take the lead 7-0 with 8:32 to go in the first quarter. And you're tuned to Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
We're back at Memorial High School Memorial Field in Whitehall, as the Vikings just put together a drive of about 59 yards for a Cade Anderson touchdown. Vikings kicking off, and it's coming down, being fielded by McCune. He gets it out across the 40 to about the 44-yard line. So both teams starting off well.
44-yard line, where it'll be first
tackled by
Norseman.
Elijah Ensminger for Colfax.
So 1st and 10 for the Whitehall Norse at their own 44-yard line. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Snap goes to McCune. He tries the left side and gets taken down across the 45 to about the 48-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4.
Cade Anderson, number 22 on the tackle for Colfax.
That's a 2nd down 6. Norse come up to the line. And the snap to McCune going to the right side this time, and he gets across the 50 down to about the 48-yard line of the Vikings.
Picking up several yards.
That's a gain of about 4. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. It appears as though both teams have similar numbers out. Vikings are a little bit low on bodies this year. Norse come up to the line of scrimmage. Snap straight up the middle this time, and the ball's carried by Brock Sluga.
Number 50, Gavin Evenson on the tackle.
That's good enough for a first down for the Norse. The Norse are running an offense that reminds me of the old single wing, where you have several different people who will take the snap. They're at the line of scrimmage. Snap goes to McCune. He hands it across, coming back across the middle, and he's met right in the backfield. Coming through is C.J. Johnston, and he's taken down for a loss of 4 right at the midfield stripe.
Ball is placed at the
number 33, Ashapeka, read that all the way.
And about 14.
2nd and 14 for the Norse, with 6:27 to go in the first quarter. And what's turning out to be a really nice evening. Vikings coming on the blitz, and they give it up off the right side. McCune gets it down to the Viking 45-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 9, and that's a long 9. Well, they marked it a little further than I thought, but 3rd and 9. Whoever was coming through on the blitz that time held up just in time. That was Dylan Heedle, I believe, coming through. Norse at the line of scrimmage. Snap.
Straight back to Sluga. He's driving those feet and getting down to about the 41-yard line.
Tackled at the
52, Ashton Greenwell on the tackle.
4th and 5.
4th down, about 5 yards to go for the Norse. And we have a timeout on the field. The Norse want to talk about this one. So with a timeout on the field, it's the Vikings 7 and the Norse nothing. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Coming up on Friday, August 26th, the Colfax Vikings will host the Elevastrom Cardinals from Colfax High School. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking Pregame. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, August 26th, on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Back here in Whitehall, where the Vikings have a 7-0 lead. It's 4th down and 5 for the Whitehall Norse. Hey, I want to remind you that not only do we have more Viking football coming up next Friday, but tomorrow we have 2 Eau Claire Cavalier baseball games in the WBA state tournament scheduled for 1 o'clock, weather permitting, of course. The Cavs are playing the Brill Millers, and then scheduled for 7 o'clock, the Cavs are scheduled to play the River Falls Fighting Fish. The Norse at the line of scrimmage. McCune drops back, looking down. He's got his receiver, and he's got it. He's down across the 10 to the end zone, and a touchdown. C.J. Johnson with the reception.
Yeah, C.J. Johnson got behind the Colfax defense for an opening.
41-yard touchdown pass. From McCune to Johnson. And Devin McCune getting ready to try the extra point. And that'll be out of the hold of Mason Piontek, I think. Pintock, okay. And the kick is blocked. And so the score remains Vikings 7 and the Whitehall Norse 6. And you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
And we're back here in Whitehall, where the Norse have just tried to equalize the game. But the Vikings came through and blocked the extra point attempt. So the Vikings still have a 7-6 lead over the Whitehall Norse. As McCune to kick off. Pekka and Hovde back deep to receive for the Vikings. And the kick gets a deep one. Hovde drops back. He takes it back around the 5-yard line. He cuts it to the right. He gets it out across the 30 and knocked out of bounds. Well, that is right at the 30-yard line. Theo Hovde.
Theo Hovde on the takes the kickoff for the.
You know, Dan, I was noticing both opening drives for both teams were very similar in that it was run dominated, but the big play on both of them was a long pass. The pass to Hovde on the left side didn't quite get to the end zone, but it set up the touchdown. And for the Norse, the pass again on the left side, that one went all the way.
Yeah, the safeties are going to have to make sure they pay attention to that.
So the Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. Again, Greenwell at center. Tuchel under center. Anderson in motion. They give it up the middle to Pekka. Stays on his feet and drives for about 10 yards. And we're going to get a penalty marker late in the defensive backfield. Pekka got 11 yards, but let's see what this penalty is.
Might have been a late hit.
Or maybe a face mask. Face mask against the Whitehall Norse.
Incidental face mask. Defense. 5-yard penalty. First off.
So that moves the ball out to the, well, just beyond the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Vikings at the line of scrimmage. Receivers in tight. Anderson in motion. Give to Pekka. Drive straight ahead, and he keeps the pile moving. He's out to the 50-yard line. He gets hit by a number of people and just keeps the legs churning. They're going to put it at the 49-yard line, so it's 2nd down, 6 for the Vikings.
Yeah, with big number 52, Ashton Greenwell in the bottom of the pile for Colfax.
Try to lead the way. That's one thing the Vikings have been counting on this year is they've got an experienced and decent-sized offensive line. As they're at the line of scrimmage, they have a slot to the right. Ralph in the slot. Hovde in motion, gives it straight up the middle again to Pekka. He gets across the 50 to about the 51-yard line. Or, I'm not in Canada, the 49-yard line. And they're going to put it right on the 50.
Yeah, big hit by number 42, Eric Kleinhans for Whitehall.
.3:45 to go in the first quarter. Vikings on top. And they're at the line of scrimmage. Anderson in motion, pitch to Anderson. He's trying to get around the end. He's going to throw. He's not going to throw. He's going to tuck it, but get run out of bounds. Back in Viking territory. And that's back around the 47-yard line. So it's going to be a loss of about 3.
Ball was placed at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, he just couldn't get his hips around to get that pass off. Probably a good idea to just hold on to it.
So Vikings line up in punt formation. McCune and Sluga back deep to receive for the Norse. And we have a whistle and a timeout called by the Vikings as they're going to want to talk about this. Just that reminder of those 2 Cavalier baseball games coming up tomorrow. The game against the Brill Millers, our coverage will begin at 12:30 with the In the Dugout show. And the second game, and all this is dependent on the games being on time due to the weather. The second game, our coverage will begin at 6:30 with the In the Dugout show. If the Cavaliers are successful tomorrow, they will go to the WBA state semifinals on Sunday in Onalaska. All right. Vikings getting ready to punt. Snap, and the kick is away. And it hits. And it's going to roll dead inside the 20-yard line down there by Hovde. Back about the 18-yard line.
Where it'll be 1st and 10, Norseman.
Colton Hoffman was on the punt. And so the Whitehall Norse will take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line. Norse come up to the line. McCune and Slugga in the backfield. Snap to McCune. He goes around the right end and gets it out to the 20 where he's taken down.
Picking up a couple of yards.
Big number 53, Dylan Hidla on the tackle. He was coming on a blitz.
One of the goofiest guys you could talk to, and I mean that in a good sort of way. He's just a fun-loving, happy-go-lucky sort of guy, and he loves to be out there bashing heads in football. But the other thing he loves is playing jazz saxophone. That just blew my mind. All right. Norse are at the line of scrimmage. McCune, they give it across in the middle, and Johnson taken down in the backfield. They've tried running that same play earlier, only this time they were going to the right.
Yeah, Christian Ebert, number 70, and number 66, Cameron Molina on the tackle.
Loss of 2, so they're back to 3rd down and 10 yards to go. Cameron Molina, that's a name we've been calling a number of years. We recognized him as a freshman that had some talent, and he's hoping to really show that this year. Norse at the line. McCune throws it out into the flat, and the ball's knocked down.
Pass is incomplete.
Yeah, good job by number 22, Cade Anderson. Get his hand up.
Also, Dylan Hidla was right in that mix as well. It's going to bring up 4th and 10. Into the Viking lineup is Eli Ralph.
Theo Hubdy goes back for Colfax.
McCune in punt formation. First game of the season. Sometimes it's kind of hard to make sure that you got the right people on the field at the right time. Here's a snap to McCune. He gets the ball away. Hovde moving over. It lands at the 50, and it's going to roll dead at the 46-yard line. Good field position for the Vikings as they're going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Yeah, good defense stance by Colfax on that last drive.
Last Viking offensive drive stalled. So we'll see if they can't have a little more success. Minute 42 to go in the first quarter. Vikings at the line of scrimmage. Put a man in motion. Look out from behind. And Tuchel taken down from behind. He lost the ball, but I think it was when he hit the ground back at the 40-yard line.
Brock Sluga on the tackle.
And they're going to put it at the 39-yard line, so it's a loss of 7. Second down, 17.
17 for the Vikings.
Vikings come up to the line. Receiver split out wide to the right. Tuchel ducks under center. Puts Hovde in motion, gives it to Pekka, straight up the middle. He gets it across the 40 out to the 43-yard line.
McCune on the tackle for the Norsemen. 3rd and 15.
Devin McCune for Whitehall on the tackle.
3rd down and about 13 yards to go. Coming up on about 30 seconds. This should probably be the last play of the quarter here. Anderson in motion. Back to throw, looking downfield. And he's got Hovde, and he's open. He's down to the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown Vikings.
Right in
Theo Hovde with a 57-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, nice throw right in stride.
So the Vikings to try the extra point. Anderson to attempt the kick. Again out of the hold of Hovde. And timeout on the field being called by the Vikings.
Colfax, go second.
Spawned by a personnel issue. Somebody was on there that should not have been there.
One too many.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we have a quick moment.
So the big wagon gets hauled out on the field for the Viking players.
Happy birthday today. It's her 40th birthday.
Nice crowd.
Happy birthday.
We have a nice crowd from Colfax filling up the far side stands. As Chris is on the camera and he's on the ball over there as usual. Here's our Viking fans. And needless to say, there's a really nice crowd right down in front of us. We don't have as good a view of because we have to practically lean out the window to see them. But there's a nice bunch of people there here from Whitehall as well. All right, Vikings up to the line of scrimmage to try the extra point. Anderson to attempt the kick. The snap, the place, the kick. It's on its way, and it's good. So that makes the score with 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Vikings 14 and Whitehall 6. You're tuned to Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And we're back here at Whitehall High School. Vikings have opened up a 14-6 lead over the Whitehall Norse. Closing moments of the first quarter. Vikings getting ready to kick off. Looks like Asher Pekka to do the kicking. McCune is back deep to receive. Ball hits the ground. It's rolling down to the 20. Picked up there by Johnson. He's heading down the sideline and stepped out of bounds. Oh, check that. That's not Johnson. It's Eric Kleinhans.
Running downfield.
From our angle, a 12 and a 42 look very similar. And he stepped out of bounds. It looks at about the 34-yard line, so it's going to be first down for the Norse. Just under 7 seconds left. So I guess I was mistaken earlier when I said it should be the last play of the quarter, because this probably will be the last play of the quarter. Sluga in the backfield. He takes it over to the right side. He gets it out across the 35 to about the 40 or 37-yard line. And it'll bring up a second down and about 7 yards to go. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. So the score in the season opener, Vikings 14 and the Whitehall Norse 6. You're tuned to Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
Back here at Whitehall High School. Memorial Field. End of one quarter, and it's the Vikings with the lead, and it looks like it's 2nd down and 6 because they marked it on the 38-yard line for the Norse. Snap to McCune. He takes it around the right side, gets it across the 40 out to about the 42-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 2.
52, Ashton Greenwell on the tackle.
Well, you can see what the Viking offense is going to look like this year. Run, and then pop one deep. Norse up to the line of scrimmage. McCune and Sluga. And it's McCune around the right side. He's across the 45 out to about the 48-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down for the Norse.
McCune running downfield.
Good work by number 52, Ashton Greenwell, to get down the line, get the tackle.
1st down.
All right, they mark it on the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Norse. To take a quote from the famous Wayne Larrabee, they're knocking on the Viking territorial door. Snap straight up the middle to Sluga, and he got met at the line of scrimmage, but I think he fell forward for about a yard. Dylan Hedela getting up a little bit slow.
Picking up about a yard.
Christian Ebert on the tackle for Colfax.
Looks like he may have a stinger. We're not doctors, of course, so...
We just play one on the radio. Or on YouTube.
Yeah, we just played one on TV, right. So, into the lineup for the Vikings is Drew Buckner, replacing Hedela for a play or two. The Norse at the line. McCune takes it around the right side and turns it down the sideline and gets it down across the 35 to about the 34-yard line, maybe even the 33. Oh, they're going to say, no, we have a penalty marker. I did not see that, but I do now.
On the field.
We'll have to see what this is. Everybody's marching back, so... I believe it's going to be against the Norse. And evidently there's a fan down there in the bleachers that's very upset about this call.
Offense, 10 yards from the start of the foul. 2nd down.
So they're going to move it back to the 41-yard line. 2nd 19. A snap. McCune takes it around the right side again, and he gets met at the 50-yard line. And that's where they're going to mark it. Referee's got his foot right on the 50.
Yeah, number 9, Ensminger on the tackle for Colfax. Might have been the same play.
That's pretty much the play they've run this entire drive. It's McCune to the right. So 3rd down 9 for the Whitehall Norse. They're at the line of scrimmage. Snap to Sluga. Tries it inside on the right side. Gets across the 50 down to about the 48-yard line. Gain of about 2 yards. So it's going to bring up 4th down 7.
Another good job by the Colfax front 4.
In fact, they marked it on the 47-yard line, so it's 4th and 6. Norse at the line of scrimmage. McCune and Sluga in the backfield. Either one can get the snap. This one goes to McCune. He goes to the right side again. Cuts it up off tackle. Gets into the open. And taken down at about the 32-yard line.
Yeah,
it's going to be a 1st down.
Good job by Hovde for Colfax to save a touchdown.
Theo Hovde gives up a lot of size to these guys, but that doesn't seem to slow him down at all. The Norse at the line of scrimmage. This is Sluga. Big hole up the middle this time, and he gets it down to about the 21-yard line. That's going to be another first down for the Norse.
Yeah, good solid run there by Sluga.
Norseman, first down.
Norse come up to the line of scrimmage. They run out of the same formation. Snap to McCune. Tries the right side. Cuts it off tackle. And gets it down to about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, good job by Colfax to make it go east-west there. Number 33.
They're going to put it right on the 15-yard line, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 3. Whitehall at the line. 7:56. Sluga with it, and he got hit in the backfield. First one in there was Cameron Molina. And it's back to about the 20-yard line. Well, they're going to put it on the 19. Got to get down to about the 11. Maybe the 12, somewhere around there. Third down. High snap. McCune drops back. He's looking to throw. Loses his footing. Scrambles out to the left. Spins. Gets hit. Taken down. Back outside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, number 50, Gavin Evenson on the tackle for Colfax.
And this puts it back at the original line of scrimmage. 4th down, 10 yards to go at about the 22.
Good job to seal off both ends.
Big play here. If the Vikings can force that turnover on downs. 6:40 to go in the first half. The Norse coming up to the line. Different formation this time. Snap to McCune. Goes to the left, and he got met in the backfield and taken down. And the ball's going to go over on downs to the Vikings.
Yeah, good job by number 22, Cade Anderson, to see off that end. He had to come back inside. Nothing there.
And that's where all the help was.
At the 25-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Vikings.
So the Vikings have it 1st and 10 right on the 25-yard line. Hey, don't forget, coming up at halftime, we have a Viking profile for you. Today we're going to get to meet Nick Anderson. I ought to know this by now. He's got more last names as a result of my mouth. Nick Jensen. Vikings at the line of scrimmage.
Everybody's got to have a nickname.
This is true. Tuchel giving it up the middle. And not a lot there this time. I think that was Anderson who had gone in motion.
We have a couple of yards on the play. 2nd and 8.
They're going to give him about a yard. And so, say 2nd and 9. Vikings come up to the line. And the throw out into the flat, and a little behind Hovde that time on the left side, and it's going to be incomplete. 3rd down and 9 yards to go for the Vikings.
Yeah, Tuchel had a guy coming in his face. Had to get rid of it a little quicker than he wanted.
Little behind Hovde, and on the inside, Hovde was looking for it on the outside. So he kind of had to turn around, and it wasn't going to happen. 3rd and 9 for the Vikings as they come up to the line. And Sminger in the slot on the left side. And we're going to get a whistle and a penalty mark, and it's going to be illegal procedure against the Vikings. False start, or however they call it in high school ball.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
So, with that false start, it's going to bring up 3rd and 14. Just outside the 20-yard line. Vikings at the line. Tuchel ducks in under center. He's getting wrapped up. Oh, and the ball was almost intercepted. McCune had the end zone in his sights that time, but he couldn't hang on to it. It's going to bring up 4th and 14 for the Vikings.
4th and 14.
Vikings in punt formation. Colton Hoffman back to punt. McCune back deep. Here's a snap. Hoffman gets the kick away. McCune chases it over to the left side, lets it roll, and it's going to roll dead at the 39-yard line of the Whitehall Norse with 5:13 to go in the first half.
1st and 10, Norsemen.
Yeah, good stand there by Whitehall.
So the Norse come up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And we have a penalty marker go flying as McCune takes off around the right side. And he gets it across the 50 down to the Viking 49-yard line.
Penalty on the field.
And we're going to get an offside call against the Vikings, and that's going to be declined. So the result of the play will be a first down for the Norse at the Viking 49. And it looks like the Norse have discovered something going to the right side for the Vikings. Or going to their right side.
Encroachment. Defense. Penalties declined. Result of the play of the first down.
So 1st and 10. The outside linebacker over on that side is Christian Ebert. There's a snap straight up the middle this time by Slugga, and he gets it, drives forward down to the 46-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 3.
Colton Hoffman, number 20 for Colfax on the tackle.
2nd down 7. .440 to go in half number 1. Norse at the line of scrimmage. McCune takes it around the right side, cuts it inside the end, and gets it across the 40 down to about the 39-yard line. Looks like he has enough for a first down. And he does. 1st and 10 for the Norse on the 39.
Dylan Hedel on the tackle for Colfax.
That's good to see him back in there.
Quick shout out to number 77, Mason Bouch. Number 75, Ben Lazowski.
Norse at the line of scrimmage. Snap to McCune. He drops back, looks downfield. He's got a receiver. It's incomplete, just out of the reach of Mason Pintock.
Intended receiver.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he had a step on Ensminger.
McCune took the ball, showed pass, then stepped up like it was going to be a quarterback draw, and then stopped and dumped it off before he got to the line of scrimmage. And the Norse come up to the line. 2nd and 10. McCune takes it around the right side, cuts off tackle, and gets it down to the 35-yard line. Gain of 4.
McCune tackled at the 35-yard line.
Colton
That's
Hoffman
going to bring
on the tackle.
Third and 6. Norse at the line. Sluga takes it straight up the middle, gets it down across the 30 to the 29-yard line, and I think that's going to be enough for a first down. It's really close.
51, Mark Solberg on the tackle for Colfax.
Let's see what they decide. Yep, it's a first down.
10, Norsemen.
Just barely, but it's a first down at the 29-yard line. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Norse at the line. Sluga takes the snap, takes it straight up the middle. He gets it down across the 25.
Straight up the middle.
In fact, I think they're going to mark it just outside the 25. That's where they're putting nose of the ball, right on the 25-yard line.
Ball placed at the 25-yard line.
2nd down, 6.
2nd and 6.
And the Norse come up to the line. McCune takes it around the right side, and the Vikings fill, but not before he gets enough for the first down, taking it down around the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 as the Norse are driving.
Norsemen.
1st and 10. Norse break their huddle and come up to the line. McCune takes it to the left side. They counter back to the right, and this is Johnson. He got positive yards this time, and he's just outside the 10-yard line.
11-yard line.
Gain of 5.
2nd and 6.
Yeah, they tried
maybe 4.
They tried to run that play again, but good job by number 20, Colton Hoffman, to turn it back inside.
And the Norse back at the line. McCune again to the right side. This time he got tripped up. Just barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
McCune tackled at about the 11-yard line.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. 3rd and 5, maybe. They're going to put it on the 10.
3rd and 5.
Inside of a minute to go in the half. Norse at the line. McCune, again, that counter to Johnson. He gets it across the 10 down to about the 7-yard line.
Norsemen picking up a couple of yards. Timeout.
And we have a timeout being called by the Norse. 4th down and about 2 yards to go for the Norse. And they're on the 8-yard line, and they're taking a timeout. So we'll take one here as well. So with a timeout on the field, you're tuned to Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Back here at Whitehall High School as the Vikings have a 14-6 lead over the Norse, but the Norse are driving. 4th and 2, 38.8 seconds left. Snap to McCune. He's met in the backfield and he didn't get the first down. Cameron Molina busts through and makes a big play.
That was a big hit by number 66.
Tackle made by number 66.
And so the ball will go over on downs to the Vikings.
And a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 Vikings at the 8-yard line.
I wouldn't be at all surprised, given the field position, that the Vikings might kneel this out to play out the end of the first half. And we do have a timeout on the field, and we'll take that timeout right here as well. So you're tuned to Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
Just under 38 seconds to go in half number 1. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, Viking Profile and some other halftime entertainment. And then, of course, all the action of half number 2. Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. They're in victory formation, which means they're just going to kneel out the end of the half. Tuchel drops to a knee. And they're just going to let the clock run.
2nd and 10 for the Vikings.
And let's see if they have to run another play. And I don't think they do. So, as the clock winds down, that's going to bring us to an end of the first half with the score. The Vikings 14 and the Whitehall Norse 6. Coming up, we have Viking halftime, and you're tuned to Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's Viking Profile and other halftime entertainment.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. And now Viking Profile.
Today we're talking with Nick Jensen, a senior at Colfax High School, on Viking Profile. And Nick, we know you play football, but what are some other activities you're involved in at school?
I play basketball. I'm in track and field. I am an FFA, student council. I try to get involved in a lot of different groups in school.
So when did you start playing football, and what kind of an experience has it been for you?
I started playing football in 3rd grade, but we started playing tackle football in 7th grade, and it's been a lot of learning. It's really fun to play. You learn about how to be a man and how to do good in your life.
So what's the most important thing you've picked up from football?
I would say working hard.
Working toward those goals?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so when you're not playing football, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
I'm always at the farm working, go to work and then come to football practice and sometimes go back to work and go to bed.
It keeps your day pretty busy, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's always busy.
Okay. All right, some rapid fire questions for you. And you can't do one of these without doing these. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
And your favorite?
Chocolate chip.
The old-fashioned American. Now, do you like the kind with nuts or without nuts?
Without nuts.
Without nuts, okay. The nice smooth taste of that chocolate comes through. Yeah, okay. Your favorite NFL team?
Packers.
And your favorite collegiate team?
Badgers.
Okay, now, if you had a superpower, what do you think it would be?
Flying.
Flying. And do you have a reason that you'd want to be able to fly?
So I can get places fast and it's just be fun.
Okay. Now, of course, if you have that superpower of flying, you have to have a superhero name. So what do you think that superhero name for Nick Jensen would be?
That'd be the Red Rocket.
The Red Rocket. Yeah, we can see where that comes from, can't we? All right, we're talking with Nick Jensen on Viking Profile. And Nick, what are your plans for after high school?
I'm planning on going to tech or a 4-year for like ag business or agronomy management.
How about a shout out to your family?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad for always pushing me to come to practice, and my sister for always being hard on me, and just my family's really supportive.
Now, last year when we saw you at Viking games, we saw you at tight end, but where are we going to find you this year?
Right tackle and defensive end.
Give up that tight end spot and start protecting the quarterback and opening some holes, right?
Oh yeah, most important.
Okay. We want to thank Nick Jensen for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been tuned to Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned as more Viking Halftime is coming right up.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Don't stop.
You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Whitehall High School, Whitehall Memorial Field, where the Vikings have opened up a 14-6 lead at halftime. And we're getting ready to start the second half. Dan, your thoughts about the first half?
Yeah, I thought the Colfax defense, especially the front four, did a really good job. But number 20 is not going to get a lot of camera time, but he did a really good job. And Colton Hoffman kept those edges sealed, kept the plays inside, and let the front four take care of the rest.
And a couple of huge stops on fourth and relatively short that Whitehall had, and the Vikings basically made the big plays on defense. Couple of explosive plays on offense. Two long passes to Trevor or not Trevor. I knew I was going to do that because that's his dad, Theo Hovde. Both were down the left side, one in the first quarter, one in the second quarter. Or maybe they were both in the first quarter. Yeah, they were both in the first quarter. And I guess the second one was down I think it was down the left side. My memory fails me right now, but Brian Tuchel to Hovde, one was a long pass, and Hovde was taken down around, say the 15-yard line. Set up the first score, the 5-yard run by Anderson, and then the second one was a 57-yard touchdown pass from Tuchel to Hovde to put the Vikings on top, 14-6. The Vikings will, I'm assuming, kick off to start the second half because Whitehall deferred their choice to the second half. And so they're getting ready to do that. Dan, you were watching some high school football a little earlier today, at least a part of it, weren't you?
Yeah, I was just bumming around Eau Claire and walked into Carson Park, and there was Memorial playing Lacrosse Logan.
And Memorial came out on top in that game 38-6. Vikings teeing the ball up.
We're also keeping an eye on the Duran Spring Valley game. They're just starting the second half. Not for sure the score yet, though.
A lot of glare off that scoreboard that you're seeing. Drew Buckner to kick it off for the Vikings. Devin McCune back to receive. Short kickoff, heading toward the sideline. Picked up at the 25-yard line, and he breaks a tackle and gets out to about the 38-yard line.
The kickoff for the Norsemen.
Carrying that ball that time on the return.
At about the 38-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Norsemen.
Wow, I don't see him on there. But anyway, they have it at the 38-yard line. And the snap, and McCune drops straight back, looking downfield. He's got his receiver, but he fell over, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Mason Pintock, I think is how they said it. Pintock, yeah. He was deep. He had a step, and the turf monster kind of tripped him up. Norse up to the line. 2nd and 10. McCune takes a snap, tries the right side, bottles up in traffic. Got a couple of yards.
Molina on the
Cameron Molina on the tackle for Colfax.
They're going to mark it just shy of the 40-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Norse are at the line. Sluga and McCune. Sluga takes a snap straight up the middle, and he gets it out to about the 44-yard line.
Sluga, the ball carrier for the Norsemen.
That's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5.
Picking up a couple of yards on the play.
Maybe 4. 4th and 4.
4th and about 4.
Norse in their own territory. Just underway in the 3rd quarter. Vikings on top. Norse at the line. Sluga straight up the middle, and he didn't get there, I don't think. Let's see where they spot it. He's right around the 48-yard line. It's close.
Ball is placed about the 48-yard line.
And they're going to give him the first down. And whoa, the Vikings are saying, we want a measurement, and they don't get it. Oh, and we just had a flash of lightning in the area.
We do got action to our east.
And the officials are...
Are we going to call it?
Lightning in the area. We are required to wait 30 minutes.
And we are going to have a weather timeout. So... we do have a weather delay, and with that weather delay, we have the Vikings leading at 10:09 in 10:09 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Vikings on top, 14-6. And as I said, we have a weather delay, and we'll take this timeout. You're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Well, we're back here at Whitehall Memorial Field, and Rick Olson with you, along with Dan Petchow, and they've had too much rain and too much lightning. In fact, just before we came on, a big orange bolt of lightning shot across the sky just to the east of us. So that's going to be it, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a minute, because you're tuned to what's left of Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slayton's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
And again, we're back here at a rain-drenched Memorial Field in Whitehall, where they have called off the rest of this game as the Vikings had a 14-6 lead with just over 10 minutes. I believe it was 10:09 remaining in the third quarter. And I'm not sure what the ramifications for the Vikings are going to be, Dan, but real quick thoughts.
Yeah, I thought it was a good start for the new coach and the team this year. They got a good front four, both offense and defense, and saw some good things tonight, and we'll just go on to next week.
And, of course, we will have that. Couple of things to mention. The Vikings took the first lead on a 5-yard run by Cade Anderson, and that gave the Vikings a 7-0 lead after Cade Anderson kicked the extra point. The Whitehall Norse came back and tried to tie it up on a Mukunda Johnson pass, 41-yard touchdown pass, but the extra point was blocked. That made it 7-6. And then with 12 seconds to go in the first quarter, the Vikings, Brian Tuchel hit Theo Hovde on a 57-yard touchdown pass, and Anderson kicked the extra point, making the score 14-6, and that's where it stood at halftime. We came back from halftime, and we got things started. The Vikings held on defense, turned the ball over on downs, and the Vikings were about to take over, and then lightning took over, and the game has been called. We'll be back in just a minute with a few final thoughts as you're tuned to Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Actually, this is Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-17...
Hello guys and girls. Be sure to join me in my feeds at NLWN-TV for our second annual Halloween Spectacular, where we will bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old...
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give
give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect
Days when you're hankering for something that's delicious and nutritious, simply stop by FitFam Nutrition in Colfax. They serve Herbalife meal replacement shakes, metabolism boosting teas and protein coffees. They taste as good as they sound, and they're healthy. Come and visit the Bentons and let them prepare for you a simply sweet treat, or something for the chocoholic or coffee lover in you. FitFam is a slam dunk. That's FitFam Nutrition, complete with one-on-one wellness coaching and business opportunities. 1020 University Avenue in Colfax.
And we're back here at Whitehall, and got a couple of reminders for you. Don't forget to join us here on NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network next Friday as we bring you the Vikings hosting the Olivestrom Cardinals. Viking pregame begins at 6:30, actually about 6:40, followed by all the live play-by-play action. And don't forget, we did have a change of mind. Last week we said we were finished with our Cavaliers schedule, but not quite so early. You can join NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network tomorrow, of course, weather depending, as we're going to bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers at the Wisconsin Baseball Association State Tournament. They have 2 games scheduled for tomorrow in Viroqua. The first one will be against the Brill Millers, and our coverage will begin with the In the Dugout show at 12:30. And then that game will be followed a little bit later on by the Cavaliers taking on the River Falls Fighting Fish. That's 2 games tomorrow on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So the final score tonight, such as it is, Vikings 14 and the Whitehall Norse 6. Tonight's Colfax High School football game, let me get this all right here, has been brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital. Let Dr. Buckley and his friendly staff take care of your pet. Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley. Anderson Bridges, where they've been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. Slayton's Technology, IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. And FitFam Nutrition of Colfax, with drinks that taste as good as they sound. Plus, they're healthy. So be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking Football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. For Dan Petchow and Chris Olson, this is Rick Olson, and you've been tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.